Laura here, nice of you to join me. We're working on part 7 now of our Passion stroke Lady Vagabond album. We're going to be doing page 6, and I wanted to try something a little bit different today. I'm feeling a little bit brave, so I thought I would put my picture in my videos because I haven't done that yet, and I've had my hair done, so I thought what better way than to show once I've had my hair done, you know, paint the town red, as they say. So yeah, it's quite it was really long, but yeah, they've cut quite a bit off, so I'm really pleased with it actually. Apart from the grey, I need to definitely keep toying with the idea to whether or not to go completely grey or to just then go back to dyeing it. So I'm at that sort of halfway stage at the minute. Right, sorry, I'm going on about hair and I shouldn't. We're doing album making, not a hair tutorial. So sorry about that. Just fast forward all that waffle if you want. I'm sorry. I'm a bit nervous, so I'm hoping that it's going to work out all right. So yeah, we're going back to the album. Then we'll be doing page 6, and the page 6 was the album that was the page that looked a bit like a suitcase, so this one here. And I liked it. I used the dumbbells from CoolKatzCrafts to create the little closures, and you just flip them to the side. They attach at the top with magnets, and then at the bottom here with brads. So you just flip up and flip down. Inside is quite plain, so you can add different embellishments in there if you want to. I didn't want to put too much in there because obviously you're going to put your photos in and things like that, so I wanted to keep it pretty simple really. And then I've just got a little tuck spot that tucks up, but we're going to change this round for this album. We're going to be putting the actual tuck spot at the top, and just to change it around really. So that is what we're going to be doing today, and obviously you'll get to see me. Please leave comments down below whether or not you like it or not. I don't know, just let me know. Yeah, it's new for me, and I say I'm really nervous, so again, please don't look behind me at the destruction and the chaos that is my craft room at the moment. It is a complete tip, I have to say. I've got stuff everywhere, and yeah, I've also in my hallway there's things because I'm busy renovating everywhere. So yeah, it's just a complete and utter bomb site. So yeah, please excuse everywhere. So let's get into the album. Now again, as I've been doing on this series of videos, I've just written out my measurements. I'm just seeing how this goes. I'm just going to bring that up a bit. It's just hopefully you can see them. Do you like my little diagram here? I just did that so that I could know what they are. Okay, so that's the basic measurements. I've not put on there the pattern paper measurements, but they'll come later. So we'll move that out of the way, bring in our trimmer, and we are going to be working on the back of this page that we've done recently. So this was the page with the top flap at the top. We're working on the back side of that. We're going to start with cutting the top flap. The top flap is going to be 7 3/4 by 4 1/2. So let's go with 4 1/2 by 7 3/4. That's one. 7 and 3/4. Oh. Right, so, oh, I need that. So we're going to need to do our glue tab score. So with the short measurement along the side of our trimmer, butt it up to the 1/2 inch mark and score along. That's one glue tab, and then do the same with the bottom flap as well. So don't need that for just a moment. Now, before we put them on, I'm just going to make sure that they all fit, and they do. On this one, I've not left any gap. I left a gap on the other one, but this one I thought I would not have any gaps. I'm hoping, you know. So, our double-sided tape goes on the mountain fold side, and that to me doesn't look straight. So this is one, and 2, burnish them down. And I'm going to start with, well, it doesn't matter, you can start either or. Make sure you've got it up the right way, so make sure that you've got your opening at the side, like that, and then turn it over so that you know which is the top and which is the bottom. Okay, and then I start in the corner and work along. Okay. And then push that down. That's it. Burnish it into position, and then do the same with the top one. And again, start in the corner and okay. Just going to okay, so that is the flaps done. But what I did forget to do, I always forget, is just to round my corners. Okay, so that is the basis of our page done. Okay, so this is what I used for my closures here. I used these, and they're the Clever Closures, the Dumbbell and Swivel die set. It's these. This is the one I used. So if you haven't got these dies, all you need to do is use your circle punches. If you punch out like 4 for the top and 4 for the bottom of your circles, do a 1/4 inch strip of black card. You'll need 2 of this whichever measurement you want. And then if you just sandwich the 2 circles in between each other with this in the middle, you could create this. Okay, it's so that's some way you can do to get away, so if you haven't got the die, or if you're waiting for it to come, you can at least make a start. So, but the dies are brilliant, I have to say. They're very, very good. So I will cut out, well, I'll put it on here and then we can cut it out together. I'll bring in my trusty little Jane Davenport. Now, I'm going to die cut. I want to die cut 4 of these, 2 of those, and I'm just going to try that one. I need to cut out, I don't need that small one. I need to cut out 2 more. Now, I've only just ripped them out off, but just use your scissors just to straighten those edges. Okay. So, next we're going to stick these together. So they're going to go, create like a lollipop effect, something like that. They could actually be even used for little handles. If you push them up a bit, you could make them into handles. That'd look quite cool as well. If you, yes, they would look quite cool. I'm not going to glue the circles just yet. I just want to put these together because we want to add the magnets. Okay, that's one, and now the other. Okay, oh. So that's our 2. So bring in your magnets. I'm just going to put the glue on the back of the magnet there, and then this circle gets put over the top. And then you sandwich that one in between another one. And then that way, let's sandwich that together. You just have to then crimp it down around that magnet. Now what you could do is add a punch over the top if you wanted to make it a bit bigger. But that one is fine. Okay, so that's one. And then we're going to do the next. Okay, we'll just leave them to set for a little bit. Now we also need now to cut, which I didn't do, we need to cut another 2 of these ones out in black. So another 4 so we can do for the bottom. I didn't cut enough. Okay, so next in this little thing here we need to cut out the patterned paper out of the smaller one. Get your offcut of paper. I've just got these, so that'll do. There's 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's all nice and stuck down. So ink the little edges of your smaller circles. Like so. Now you could put some glossy accent on these to give it that raised feeling or raised look, which would look really nice. and then that can go on that side. That's the front. So we're just going to ink those edges, and I'm going to put this on the bottom, and then that's going to go on like that, and ink the next one. And I've just turned it over so that I get to the correct side. Okay, because there's no point putting one on there because that's going to be taken with the black brad. So there are dumbbells done, so put them to one side because we need to bring in our page. Now for the page we need to, first of all, we're going to cover the bottom of the page, and then we can attach the brads and then go from there. So let's work out first of all. I'm going to turn it this way just so that I can see what I'm doing. So that is, I should know, it's 7 3/4. I come in an inch and a half. So come in an inch and a half from the edge. So an inch and a half there, and then an inch and a half from this side. If we come down about 3.5, about 1 3/4 from that line, so there, and then 1 3/4 to there, like so. That should hopefully be quite a nice distance. So taking if you've got a pokey tool, let's do the pokey. So 1 and 2. Hoping that's going to be okay. No, we need to come down 1.5 inches, sorry, go down 1.5 inch, 1.5, so there, and 1.5 there. So let's just poke our holes, and I've lost it now. It's there, I think, 1 and 2. I think that's about right. So we can cover the outside page now. So we could use that sheet. I like this girl. I just really do. See, I would have used that one, but it's a bit big to go on that page. So I think we possibly could get her on. Yes, we could. So I'm going to have the whole, so that it's the continuous sheet of paper. So I think the measurement is 7 7/8 by 7 5/8, I think. So it'd be 7 7/8 going down and 7 5/8 going across, like so. So you'd want this to be 7 7/8. No, you wouldn't. This side would be your 7 5/8, like so, and that just fits in nicely. And then going down, we want 7 7/8, which is there. so let's just check it, and that doesn't look right, does it? No, that needs to be 7 and I did 8 and I did 8 and 7/8. That looks a bit better. There we go. So then that is my sheet, but then we need to cut this bit. So that measures 4, so you need to then cut it in half at 3 and 7/8. So get the right way. So that way we're going. So 3 and 7/8. So that goes at the top, like so, and then that's at the bottom, like so. Hello. This is so strange, I have to say. Please leave me a comment down below and tell me what you think of it, whether or not it's a good idea, or you just think no, I don't want to see your face. So we'll leave it there. So we're going to round the edges. I always say that. It's not round the edges, Tamara, it's round the corners. So you do the top ones on the bottom piece and the bottom ones on the top piece, like so. Okay, now I'm going to ink the edges. If I can find my inker. I always feel like singing when I'm doing this, when I'm inking the edges, because it's like I just don't know what to do. So, you know, maybe sing a song or something. Okay, so I'm not going to stick the top one on just yet, but we can go ahead and stick the bottom one on, because we can. Now for some unknown reason that looks a little bit long, so I'm just going to trim off a tiny little 1/8 of an inch, not even that. That's because I need to chop this bit down. I didn't cut this bit, I did the top but not the bottom. So that then should be, yes, that's right. So this one was still 4, whereas the top one was already at the 3 and 7/8. Okay, so come on. There we go. Okay, so let's put the bottom one on, like that. I like this Pinflair bookbinding glue. Gives you just that little bit more open time. And it sticks like Billy-O, it really does. Okay, so now we can just go and poke our brad holes back in. Remember to get the right ones, like so. Put some double-sided tape on the back of them holes, and all it does, it helps keep the brad legs stuck down. There we go, I've got some brads here. Okay, now put that to one side. Bring in your foam mat, and we need to put in our little brad holes. So again, I'm just by eye, sort of the center, push it through. Again, just try and get it so that they're virtually level, like so, and then push through. So that's 1, 2, okay, and then push them through. So 1, and I'll get there in a minute. It keeps getting stuck. So that's 1 and 2. And I'm just going to bring in a little hammer just to hammer them down. So push that round, and I didn't need to do that, did I? Silly lady, silly lady. Because we need them to swing, don't we? I thought I was being clever there. I hope somebody else out there was looking at that. That was a bit dumb. So, actually, let's take that off if we can. Again, I make these mistakes so you don't have to. That's 1. No. Okay, I'm going to have to do a bit of a repair job here, I think. Add a strip in. So I just need to add a little say a 1/4 inch strip. So let's go with a 1/4 inch strip. Just on the back here, and I'm going to put it at the top. It's just that where I've pulled, I've got a little rip in my card here, and I don't want it to rip all the way off, so we're just gonna do a repair, hopefully, if this comes out. Yeah. So put it at the top. And that is going to stop it from breaking anymore. See, these things can, you can salvage these things. And because that's the back, you're not going to see it, so there we are. So that's salvaged. Well, hey. So round 2, let's push that in. There we go, that's better. There we are, that works. And let's do the next one. Again, I might put another strip on that. But I'm gonna add a bit of double-sided. Okay, let's put the thin stuff on. Get it off. Come on, come on. There we go. moisture off. There we go. There, just makes that a bit more robust. And stick that bit in and push that down like so. Okay, so we're getting there, we're getting there. Right, the next thing we need to do is we need to put the magnets on the top here of our page. So these are a little bit smaller. Okay, you need your double-sided tape, and it needs to be sticky side down. Okay, so we position it so that you've got your closure in the spot that you want. You need to get your magnet onto your sticky tape and then get it underneath so that it sticks to the sticky tape doesn't stick to the dumbbell, but it sticks to the magnet. Okay, get it in the space you want and then push it down so that that is then in the space that you want. Okay, do the same with the other side. So take that bit off because that's too much. Okay, position it where you want it and then stick it down. Now, because these are a smaller magnet, I'm going to put 2 magnets underneath so that you get a bit more of a magnetic pull. So just tape over those. Okay, and then close that up and close that up, and then that is your closure nearly done. So we just need now to add the top. So let's add this and glue it like so. How are we doing out there? All right? Are you still with us? You're still crafting along. I would love to know if you craft along with me as I'm crafting, or if you watch me through and through and then craft afterwards, or you just have me on in the background, just as some background noise. So that then is what we've done so far. Right, so let's start with doing the bottom bit, the inside of the flap. Okay, so let me measure. So I'm going to have it at the top like I said. So we're going to do, so I'm going to cut my paper at 7 3/8. So I'll write that on there. 7 3/8 by, I think it was 7 5/8. And while I've got my ruler out, let's measure this. So that's 3 7/8 by 7 5/8, and that's the same. 3 7/8 by 7 5/8, just so that we've got it out ready. So I'm looking up, because when I look up I've actually got a monitor that's higher, so that when I'm filming I can just look at that instead of my small screen for the camera. So it's just I can see what it looks like then on the big screen. So let's cut this out. So this needs to be seven and 5/8 there. And I'm going to have that on the top by 7 and 3/8. That can't be right. No, it's not. It's 7 and 7/8. I don't know where I got 3/8 from. 7 and 7/8. Yeah, I know. It's because I measured up to that line. 7 and 7/8. That would have been a disaster. Okay. So that's going to go on like so. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to chop off. So that's going to go at the top. So now what you could do is you could fussy cut around here and then use that as your tuck spot. That would be quite a good idea. You could just fussy cut around and that would look quite nice. I'm just thinking, I wonder if we should do that. Ooh. Decisions. No, I think we'll just do, as I said, we'll just cut a line. I'm just thinking in case I don't cut properly. So I'm just going to cut it all the way across. And we can ink it up. So, well, in between filming today, I have been putting up garden furniture. You know, the rattan sort that you can get that, you know, you can stay out. It's like a lounge. It's like a settee really, but for the garden. So I've been putting that together, and we sat out just earlier and had our tea on there. For all our American friends, when we say tea, it's our dinner in the evening. Yeah, it was rather scrumptious. I was going to have, I thought I'd bought some fish, and I was going to have some fish with some lovely new potatoes and veg. But my fish didn't come today. It was out of stock. So I ended up doing some lamb koftas, which is like a lamb kebab, and minted lamb. It's like a mint. We had like I minced it all up. It was lovely, with our veg and new potatoes, and it was rather nice. And we did it on the barbecue, and it was lovely. It was right. So I'm going to put my glue along the top here, because we're going to keep this, is going to be fixed. And then I'm just going to cut not that, if I can find a nice sheet of paper. I'm just going to cut a 1/2 inch of black card at 7 5/8. and put that on the back side on here. Like so. This is just another way of doing your hidden slot. There we go, just push it down. Like so. And then we can put that over like that. Right, remember just to go around the edges, so around the 3 edges. Don't do the top, otherwise you won't get your tags in. Okay, pull that down. Put it across, and then we've got another little pocket there when that dries. I don't want to open it just yet. I could have put some double-sided tape on there, it might have stuck it a little bit better, but just for the time being we'll leave that to set. So now we've just got the bottom bit here to do. Now I think what I'm going to do is just use this part, push this in like so, and then that's just right. Last bit at the top. No, what have we got? What have we got? What have we got? What have we got? We'll cut into this one. So we want to go 3 7/8. By 7 5/8. What I'll do is I'm just going to take off that border. So 7 5/8 is there. Put that on like so, and then we've got another little tuck spot in there, and that's quite a nice deep one as well, which is very good, very good, very good. So we close that up, and then that's our next page done. Again, I'm not going to do all the tags until the last minute, or when we've finished all our book, only for the fact of, as I said in the last videos, I want to utilize all of our paper that we've got, because we spend a lot of money on our lovely paper, so it's you know, it's nice to be able to use all of it. So we will leave it there. So I'm just devastated. Can anybody spot what I've done? After saying check, 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 check. Okay, so I'm going to have to rectify this. So I'm going to have to put something over that and then over there. It's doable, it's just something that I didn't really want to be having to do, but we can do it. I can sort of do something. So, but these things happen. You see, this is what happens when you're making books and things like that, and you don't check. I didn't check. I thought I did, but hey ho, that's the way it goes, I suppose. So anyway, so I won't stick that in just yet until I've sorted it out. Thanks again for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like if you have. Please subscribe if you are not a subscriber, and hit that notification bell as well. Also, I'm on Facebook and Pinterest and all of the others, Instagram, all of those. I will put the links in the description box down below, as well as a few shopping links to different places that I shop. There are a few affiliated links that I've put down there as well. So thanks again for watching. I hope again that you've enjoyed the video, and I will see you on the next one.